Hi, my name's Zach. This is Mike, and we're with the Labor Market Machine Learning Project for Senior Design for 2019-2020. We're paired up with the Nebraska Department of Labor. So the Nebraska Department of Labor, or NDOL for short, supports employers, employees, and job seekers across Nebraska. And part of this support is to undertake relevant research. And in order for them to do this, the Department of Labor uses data that they collect every quarter from Nebraska employers. So each quarter, they receive about 90,000 employees' information. The material in this report includes an industry code and a job title for each employee. The industry code is just a code that signifies what industry they work in. And the job title is a self-reported job title. There's no standardization for the job title. It's just whatever the employee feels that they should write for what their job is. And the Department of Labor wants a system that can read in this employee entered job title and convert it into something that's more standardized that they can use for research. So the stakeholders in this project are Dr. David Rosenbaum. He is the Associate Director of the UNL Bureau of Business Research, and he will facilitate implementation and lead the economic research that will be possible as a result of this project. And then we have Scott with the Nebraska Department of Labor, and he represents the interests of the Department of Labor. On our team, for our own team's organization, we had Jacob as our squad lead and product manager. I was the dev manager. And then we had Anne for devs, Sanyam, Tanima, and Michael. And then for our department support as a part of our team, Shruti was our tribe lead. Bill Browning was the project manager, and Brandon Barber from Don't Panic Labs was our coach. And then on the sponsor side, we have Scott, Brandon, Kermit, and Andrew, and then once again, Dr. David Rosenbaum from the Bureau of Business Research at UNL.
So as Zach mentioned earlier, well, the problem was that the Nebraska Department of Labor was receiving a large amount of data every quarter. So we solved that through machine learning, and before that machine learning took place, we had to label a large amount of data in order to train the model. So I'm going to show you what we have, what we built to solve this problem. Here you can see our web application. This is the home page. This is where we upload a file to AWS S3, and then AWS SageMaker, which is Amazon's machine learning software as a service, fills out those job titles for us. So before that happened, we had to label over 300,000 records of data. And so we came up with a tool in order to do that efficiently. Here we're uploading a file that would be given to us from the Nebraska Department of Labor. So as you can see, as Zach mentioned earlier, that standardized title here is represented as the SOT code. So we had to figure that out for each record depending on these columns here. Most importantly, the job title and the NAICS description. So you'd click search, it would make a call to the OatNet API, and it would return the top 5 results based on that job title. Here you can see the job title is firefighter spelled incorrectly. So this is an easy one. We just click on firefighters, and it gives us that standardized job code over there. So we would just work our way through each file. Each file was 5,000 records each. You have the ability to skip until, if you didn't know what the standardized job title should be, or if it didn't come up. Here you have a laborer, CEO, and you can see here if a record had the same NAICS description and job title, it would automatically fill out all the other ones that had the same description and job title. After we were done with that, we could export the file as a CSV, And that's what we would use in order to upload to S3 and have the machine learning part take place. So here we can do that. We're going to take a small file. Here we have to enter in a MFA code. Failed. There we go, got that to work. So what just happened was we uploaded the file to Amazon Web Services, and now it's being handled by, as I mentioned earlier, Amazon SageMaker in order to automatically fill out that stock code column. So once the file is done, you will receive an email telling you the file is ready, and you can do that by clicking display. And here you see the file that was returned. Then we retrieve that file. Here we can take a look at it. And here it is. So we received this file here. As I said, this job title would be completely blank, and AWS SageMaker fills this out for us based on these job titles, industry descriptions, and industry codes. Value and highlights. We created a user-friendly web application interface. It was a secure web application hosted on AWS. As I showed you earlier, we created a efficient human labeling interface. The new labeling aid and automatic labeling of similar data saved us a bunch of time. And most importantly, the machine learning aspect, it had a 96% accuracy on trained labels. We also learned cloud engineering experience. We gained experience architecting and developing cloud solutions, mainly through AWS. We all had a lot of hands-on work with AWS, so we gained a lot of knowledge on that. And we also learned a lot about machine learning. We gained experience designing, training, and testing machine learning solutions. So we just wanted to thank our sponsors for giving us the opportunity to work on their project. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for working with us. We really appreciate it, and we learned a lot. Thank you.